Today we are talking some movie news, and boy do we have quite a bit of it. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already to never miss a video. We have daily content including movie reviews, movie news, and so much more. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button to never miss a video. Today's movie news, we are talking Teen Wolf, the movie 2. Now, those of you who might not know, Tyler Posey, who played Scott on the hit MTV show Teen Wolf, which premiered, I believe, in 2011 or 2012, maybe 12. Dylan O'Brien playing Styles, the fun, goofy friend, ran for 6 seasons. It was a hit show on MTV. A lot of people loved it. Towards the end, I think the viewership might have fallen off a bit towards the end. I don't have the stats in front of me. However, about a year or so ago, Paramount Plus released the Teen Wolf movie, which brought back all of our favorite characters, and we kind of had a chance to dive back into it. And while it wasn't a great movie, it was a hell of a lot of fun. Everything you would expect from a TV movie that is kind of revitalizing a TV show. Now, again, like I said, it wasn't a great movie in any aspect, but it was a lot of fun. I loved it for everything that it was, because it was everything I expected it to be. Now, the thought of them making a sequel, I'm here for it. Like I said, enjoyed the show, loved the movie, because it's everything that you kind of would want from a Teen Wolf movie, because it just kind of picks up where the show left off. I mean, there was a small gap, but again, it picks up. You get to hang out with these characters that you know and love. Now, Tyler Posey was saying how, he was the lead on the show and how he was kind of the front runner of the show. Now he wants to take the lead and be the front runner and bring this movie back and kind of bring it back for a sequel and be the front runner or the leader of that. Now, what he means by that, we haven't got many details on. Now, I do know that he did want to, at one point, step behind the camera and kind of work behind the camera and dabble his feet in directing, producing, and maybe even screenwriting. I think he talked about in a couple of interviews. Now, I do know he's an executive producer on Teen Wolf at some point in time on the show, which doesn't mean a whole lot. Getting an executive producer credit on a TV show or a movie doesn't necessarily mean you did anything to really get that. A lot of times it could be in name only. If actors become stars, they do generally get an executive producer credit on movies or TV shows, especially when they're on a hit TV show. Usually later on in the seasons, they may get get the opportunity to be put on as an executive producer. So that doesn't necessarily mean a whole lot. But I do know he directed a couple episodes of Teen Wolf. I remember watching interviews with Jeff Lanzi, I believe his name is. Jeff, I don't know his name, but he was the creator of Teen Wolf. And they actually had the execs calling him from set, the first episode Tyler Posey directed, because he was nervous. He was like, it's always nervous when a cast member wants to, step into a director's chair, especially like one of the leads. And it's their first time directing, and especially, it's a big deal, direct a TV episode. You may not think, some people might think, it's just an episode. You have the same DPs there shooting every episode. You have all the same crew members shooting all the episodes. So how much really is the director of one episode going to partake or really have a influence on a TV show when they're not doing a pilot, when it's already an established show? Some say they have a lot of influence. Some say, it's not that much. Like Kevin Smith makes jokes about how he was directing episodes on the CW for Flash, Arrow, Supergirl, and how he would just leave halfway through to go to the burger place across the street and buy a couple hundred burgers for everybody. He's like, he was like, they do this. You have the same DP shooting every episode. They shoot 22 episodes a year of the show. You can't really tell them what to. You could tell them what to do, but they already know what they're doing. The actors, they've been playing these roles for years. What are you really going to tell him to do? So he even kind of put that in my head that, unless you're directing a pilot, it's not really a huge thing. But then in the same voice, he did say, other people got opportunities to direct on TV shows, and it was a huge career move for them, or a huge career opportunity to be able to step into the director's chair. Again, what Smith says, you got to take with a grain of salt sometimes, because sometimes when he says stuff, it's kind of like, I don't know if that's really the appropriate approach, but we'll take that with a grain of salt as well. But the fact that Tyler Posey's trying to make a second Teen Wolf movie, and he said he actually has a script. I forgot to mention that. He actually has a script ready for Teen Wolf 2, the movie. He has a script ready for it, and he's passing it around. He has an idea for Team of 3. Now, the article I read with the interview with him, I don't think it clarified if he wrote the script or if he got somebody else to write the script. Not really sure. Again, how much of the producer role is he stepping into? But I would like to see a Teen Wolf movie too. I think it'll be a lot of fun. As much as they're pushing, I don't want to say garbage, as much content as they're pushing out on Paramount Plus and these streaming services, a lot of which is just background noise, in which writers have actually came out and said, they just want us to make background noise where we're writing out what the characters are doing so that people don't have to actually watch the screen. To invest some money into a good movie, or not into a fun project that would, really be a big deal for a movie of the week or a Paramount Plus original as Teen Wolf 2 would be awesome. Now, he said shop around the story. I'm not sure if he meant like he has the rights to it. Again, there's not a whole lot of details on that, but the way the article was reading, it makes it sound as if he has the rights to shop it around, which doesn't really make sense, because if Paramount owns the rights to Teen Wolf, then he has no right. He has no way of shopping that script around, because Paramount would have to greenlight the project. He can get other financiers to put up money towards the project, but a streaming movie, you're not going to have other companies generally finance those type of films. At least I don't think so. Usually that's through the production company, like the person who owns the streaming service. Like, you don't have other companies producing Netflix originals or financing them, because how are they getting their money back? Because the streaming service, you're not hitting theaters, you're not getting revenue. So it seems like it's kind of a pipe dream right now. I don't see anything really happening with it, especially since Paramount's in talks of buying Warner Brothers. And with streaming services, losing money, and a lot of heads and CEOs of these presidents of these studios saying they're cutting back on streaming and they're doing more theatrical releases and focusing more on that, because that's where they're going to make their revenue at. Will a Teen Wolf movie 2 get made? I don't know. I feel kind of like probably not. Could he pitch it to be a series and bring the show back for a Paramount Plus exclusive? I can see them making a TV series out of it. Movie, I don't really think it's going to happen, but I would love to see it. As much as I would love to see it, I don't think it's going to happen. I hope I'm wrong and it does, because that'd be awesome. Like I said, I absolutely love the Teen Wolf movie. Even though it wasn't great, I still enjoyed it. With that being said, were you a fan of Teen Wolf? Would you watch a sequel movie? And are you hoping it gets made? Comment below. Let me know.